That we have been hearing from many Democrats in the past few weeks and months about Tea Party-backed candidates. Quote, they're nuts and whack jobs and downright scary. Take a listen.
Well, I speak as a 26-year-old woman, and my problem is that no matter what, Christine O'Donnell is making a mockery of running for public office. She has no real history, no real success in any kind of business. And what that sends to my generation is one day you can just wake up and run for Senate, no matter how lack of experience you have. And it scares me for a lot of reasons, and I just know in my group of friends, it just turns people off because she's seen as a nut job.
Well, Alicia Menendez is a Democratic strategist, and Emily Miller was the press secretary to Tom DeLay and Colin Powell. She's also a columnist at Human Events. Ladies, thank you so much for being here. So, Alicia, let me start with you. As a Democrat, do you agree with her? I mean, not only do you agree with her, but is it helpful, do you think, 2 weeks in advance of the election to be throwing around that terminology about the candidates?
Well, I certainly don't think it's helpful for Republicans, but you got to give it to Meghan McCain. It's really refreshing to hear someone speak so honestly about the sanctity of the Republican brand. I've had the experience, I'm sure you have too, when you talk to your Republican friends, family, coworkers, that they really share so many of the values that Democrats have. They believe in common sense, they believe in moderation, they believe in hard work, everything that's made America great. And for them, some of these very far-right positions, you know, forcing a woman who's been a victim of rape to carry her rapist baby, you know, some of these talks about Medicare and Social Security, cutting them at the time when Americans need them most. It's out of sync with the mainstream Republican brand, and Republicans, I understand the desire to push that away.
You know, Emily, so many in the Tea Party have come on and said they can do this as much as they want, but we don't care. It only energizes us the more they criticize us and our candidates. This is what we don't like about Washington insiders, is they don't understand us.
Well, that's the thing. It's Meghan McCain, who's a self-proclaimed Republican spokesperson, which none of us elected, and only thing she has got going for her is trust fund and her dad. And as a Republican, I think you see Republicans around the country are energized by the Tea Party, by candidates like Christine O'Donnell, like Sharon Ingle in Nevada, Joe Miller in Alaska.
Let me ask you, Emily, but let me start you there. What is it about Christine O'Donnell? Okay, so let's be fair to the accusation made by Meghan McCain, and let's be fair to Christine O'Donnell. What is it about her, Emily, that energizes Republicans, and what of Meghan McCain's charge that she has done nothing, that she has a total lack of experience? She said, quote, no real history, no real success in any kind of business.
Well, first of all, Christine O'Donnell has been successful and has taken care of herself and supported herself and worked for. She's 41 for, I guess, what, 21 years now. And Meghan McCain, I mean, it's like Meghan McCain judging someone on their job. It's like Lindsay Lohan judging someone on being a law-abiding citizen. I mean, Meghan McCain has a trust fund, has never had a job, so it's just, you know, her.
But she's not running for office either.
Well, okay, but the point is that Christine O'Donnell has had a successful career, and the reason that she's running and
because providing for herself doesn't constitute a successful career.
Well, the point is that Christine O'Donnell is doing very well in Delaware, and President Obama and Vice President Biden were both there last week campaigning. If they thought that she wasn't a credible candidate or wasn't doing so well against Chris Coons, they wouldn't have needed to go to Delaware to campaign for Coons.
Well, that's the thing, Alicia. I mean, just so the viewers know about the polls, the Real Clear Politics average shows her 17.6% behind her Democratic rival Coons. Rasmussen tightened it last week to 11 points behind, but she's behind nonetheless. But you know, the president seems to be taking her seriously. The vice president seems to be taking her seriously, going to Delaware to campaign against her, Alicia. So whether she's qualified or not, she does seem to have energized a lot on the right, and she does seem to be perceived as a threat by the top people on the left.
Well, Meghan, I agree with you that she has definitely enthused voters. I mean, the fact that she was able to win over the NRSC-backed candidate is a huge coup for her. At the same time, I'm not sure that this is a sign that the White House is taking her seriously so much as that they're trying to seal the deal on a race in an election season that has been incredibly volatile. The one thing we have learned about this election is that anything could happen, that someone like Christine O'Donnell could beat the NRSC-endorsed candidate, that she could do pretty much anything. But, you know, I think when you look at it, when you look at her record, when you look at the type of wild comments she's capable of making, I don't think she's a real threat.
Here, I'm going to give you the chance to respond, Emily, but I want to let the viewers know what Christine O'Donnell's campaign responded, how they responded to this in part. They say as follows: Christine overwhelmingly won her primary battle against the establishment candidate. So Ms. McCain's vast experience in politics and running for office probably won't influence many Delawareans of any age to listen to her latest rant. Her parents are truly a class act, and I'm certain they brought her up to be more respectful of a possible future colleague. So a bit of a dig there, Emily, at Meghan McCain.
I think a lot of Republicans are frustrated with Meghan, with sort of the left-wing mainstream media giving Meghan McCain this platform. I mean, they put her on, Christine Amanpour put her on her Sunday show as a spokesman for the Republican Party and conservatives. As a conservative Republican, I can tell you there is nothing Meghan McCain could tell me to do that I would do. And
no,
I don't
she is
know
not
any,
a conservative Republican.
As a Republican, I don't know any young Republicans who are doing things based on what Meghan McCain is saying we should do.
No, it doesn't depend on how you define conservative. Because she's been on this she's been on this program, Alicia, and she was very open about the fact that she is not a conservative Republican. She's voted Democrat in the past. Yeah, no, but she's just not. So to put her on there as a representative of conservatives would not be correct.
Here's the thing. I don't like it.
I'll go Alicia, and then Emily, and then I got to go.
Okay.
I don't want to trash Meghan McCain. Listen, this girl has a unique experience. She was on the campaign trail. She has been writing about these issues. Perhaps she is not the person that the Republican Party would have chosen for themselves, but she has a bigger following, and more people are listening to her and enthused by her than they are by any of the jokesters who the Republicans are putting up as their actual leadership, and we got to give her credit for that.
Really, Emily?
That is just absolutely not true. I defy you, Alicia, to find one Republican who's doing anything in politics based on what Meghan McCain wants them to do.
And is she more popular, Emily, than Sharon Engel, than Rand Paul, than Christine O'Donnell, than
Sharon Engel? The bigger picture is the Tea Party is a spokesman for the American people. And the American people have had it with this tax and spend president, have had it with Obamacare, the takeover of our health insurance, the spending. I mean, so what the Tea Party has done is we are going to take back the House. We're helping us take back the House for the Senate, and hopefully Christine O'Donnell will be the representative from Delaware.
And it'll be Wild West City in the House and Senate.
Okay, underscoring the point. All right, ladies, thank you very much. Good debate on both sides. We appreciate it.
Thanks.
Well, the Department of Homeland Security releasing a